aid from Gift of the Givers has arrived in the Southern Cape. That's after many areas were affected by flash floods. Gift of the Givers is teaming up with the police to provide relief along the Garden route. Its founder, Dr Imtiaz Sooliman, joins us now for an update on the situation there. Dr Sooliman, it's always good to talk to you. Thank you so much for your time this morning. Tell us about the situation that you're seeing unfolding specifically along the Garden route insofar as these flash floods is concerned.
Good morning, Michelle. Thank you very much. Our teams got there late yesterday afternoon. By that time, it was still raining, but a lot of the rain and water had been washed away. So the city centre, the shops and the houses seemed fairly okay from the outside, not internally. But the real disaster has been in the informal settlements. When they walked to the informal settlements, they got to some and some were not passable. We just couldn't get to them. And when you walked in, the people's homes were completely flooded. It was soaked with water. There was puddles of water in the house, the lounge suites, the beds, mattresses, clothing, everything was soaked. I mean, these are not big homes, informal homes, and it was totally soaked. People had no way to go. They couldn't cook, they couldn't change, and they just stayed in that situation for the whole night. What we did do then is around 9 o'clock, the Magistrates Court opened for us, and we managed to bring in bulk items for cooking. And many of the soup kitchens that we do know, because we've worked in the area many times before, came in and collected food. And in that inclement weather, it was the start of raining again quite strongly last night. These people were going to cook for the camps that they take care of, the people they take care of. Fortunately, this morning, it's a clear day, and they're expecting it to remain clear right till this evening, and only rain to come later tonight or early tomorrow morning. So it gives us a full day to move to all the other informal settlements that we couldn't get to. And I'm talking specifically about George only at the moment. But we have to extend to other areas, Oudtshoorn, Wilderness, Mosselbaai, Mito, all those areas are affected. And again, it's predominantly in the informal settlements, which require a range of items, from food parcels to hot meals, clothing, blankets, hygiene packs, and a range of other bottled water. And by 10 o'clock this morning, ShopRite Truck will join us. They are our partner. And they will also be providing hot meals in addition to the soup kitchens that we'll be supporting.
It does sound like, a lot of private organizations are coming together, Dr. Sooliman, to try and mitigate some of the effects of the flooding along the Garden route. Are you working together with government efforts in this regard?
Well, it's basically when we ever go into area, government works with us is the other way around, And always when there's a disaster management calls us. This time it was the SAPS that called us first. We have an excellent relationship with the SAPS along the Garden route. We just did a program with them 3 or 4 weeks ago. And in fact, we've got a program planned with them for this week, which now has to be put on hold. So we have a relationship with them at the base. They actually gave us a cluster base in Heatherfield. It's in George. Now that base, no police base can be used by civil society organizations as a storage or a place of distribution. But the SAPS Central Command came to us and said, we are affording you this opportunity. Take this place. So that our logistics center is now the SAPS base in Heatherfield, and the police vans escort our vehicles into the area. They join us in distribution, and we work jointly with them. And this is a relationship that we've had with SAPS for many years. When you come to the small organizations, it's more the soup kitchen people, because again, we know the soup kitchens. We have a project where we take the invasive carp species from the lake there, and with the municipality and the environmental people, we've been harvesting that carp fish and distributing it daily to thousands of people along the whole Garden route. So we do know the soup kitchens. The Community Police Forum is also a partner to us. With the SAPS, we can identify those kitchens that have been vetted, and we will supply them all the bulk items so the feeding can go much faster. But that's for feeding only. In addition to that, other suppliers will come from us directly to all the individuals affected. And that will be the blankets, mattresses, new clothing, hygiene packs, food parcels, bottled water, sanitary pads, diapers, and all those kind of things.
Yeah. I'm just actually looking at the list of goods that you are distributing along the Garden route. Several areas affected there: George, Oudtshoorn, Mosselbaai, Bitu, Kanaland, and Knysna. You're using trucks for the transportation, and of course, your own trucks have their own issues of getting to all of those issues and getting there safely, Dr. Sooliman.
Well, safety is not really an issue. We've never had a problem with people in the area. They're very disciplined. As I said, we're well known in the area. And our first major intervention along that route was a fire in 2017 in Knysna. And since then, we've always been in the area. And we've just done several projects there in the last few weeks. We did something in Oudtshoorn 10 days ago. We did projects along the Garden route with the SAPS a month ago. We had other projects lined up with the SAPS this week. We've been to the informal settlement, Temaletu. We helped them during the gender-based violence event in Women's Month. So we've done a lot of things. We never have a problem. Wherever we go, our trucks are very safe. And we've got different size trucks. So we take the trucks that can navigate those areas quite easily. Well, of course, a big super link is coming today, but that we won't use that truck to go into the small areas. We sort of, like you decant, you move stuff from the bigger truck to the smaller truck, and into buckies. And with the police vehicles that are built for those areas, there will also be distribution mechanisms where their vehicles will be used with our personnel and the SAPS, who will actually help us load the vehicles from the base in Eden Cluster in Heatherfield.
Yeah, but what about the safety just in traveling along those routes that are so severely flooded?
Well, the police do the assessment first.
Okay.
They do the reconnaissance and they go up. But fortunately, as today they said, because the weather is cleared, we couldn't get to some areas last night, and the teams asked, should we take a chance? And I said, no, we never take a chance. So today the rain has settled, and whilst it has settled and the water has washed away, we're going to move to those areas which were not less possible, impassable yesterday, and go to those areas. But as I said again, when we talk about Georgia, there's a lot of areas in Georgia affected. We're getting calls from Oudtshoorn, where we worked before, also from Wilderness and from Mossel Bay. And as fast as possible, we're going to spread the teams to see if we can access some of those areas even by today.
Dr Imtiaz Sooliman, thanks as always for your time and for the incredible work that you and Gift of the Givers continue to do there. Aid has now arrived in the Southern Cape, many of those areas along the Garden Route affected by heavy rains. That's a story that we're keeping our eyes on for you.